colorful, sweet, sticky. Just unwrap it, pop it in your mouth, and chew. Salt-water-taffy, a summertime favorite and a Jersey Shore staple.
It was a candy that was created when the Jersey Shore started to become popular, especially for, the working class man and his family. They could come here for the day or a weekend and they could experience a vacation. It was family time, it was time with friends, it was the seashore. And so people still, even if they're not here, they like to have saltwater taffy because it reminds them of a special time in their life, whether it was a long time ago or recently.
We take a trip to Atlantic City, New Jersey, the birthplace of saltwater taffy. It's true that the sticky confection does not actually contain salt water. So where does the name come from? Frank Glazer explains the boardwalk tale.
So way back when, the 1880s, there was a little candy store, and back then the boardwalk was right on the beach level. And there was a small stand with the front that opened up and closed down at night. And the gentleman who supposedly operated that store was named Mr. Bradley. And one night Mr. Bradley didn't close the doors all the way and the sea air came in and made his taffy a little sticky. So a little girl came up and said, "Sir, can I have some taffy?" And he looked at her and said, "Well, how about some salt-water taffy?"
Now, Mr. Bradley's wife was close by and heard this, and she was really the marketing guru. And she said that she thought that this should be called saltwater taffy.
And the name stuck ever since.
There are historical references to taffy being at a carnival in, the middle of the country, but it wasn't something that really had the recognition that it received until the late 1800s, early 1900s, when it started to become associated with Atlantic City and being at the beach. And that's when this whole seaside vacation and the experience started to boom as well. So I think it was a time in history that it coincided with that made it popular.
Unlike chocolates, saltwater taffy was able to withstand the heat and humidity of the summer while being sold on the boardwalk. Two pioneers of the industry were Joseph Freilinger and Enoch James. They decided to set up shop, and their names have resonated with saltwater taffy and the storefronts for more than 120 years. Now, the last twist to wrap up the taffy history involves the Glazer family. They were immigrants from Germany and successful confectioners in Philadelphia who bought into the saltwater taffy business in both Atlantic City and Ocean City. A behind-the-scenes trip to both Shriver's and the James Candy Factory, which produces both James and Frelinger's taffy, shows that, aside from newer machines, the process has remained the same for more than a century. The main ingredients, sugar and corn syrup, are cooked inside large copper kettles, then sucked through pipes to remove additional moisture. Next, the taffy rests before being dumped onto a cooling table, which prepares it for the pulling, cutting, and wrapping phase. The large hunk of taffy is placed on a pulling machine. Color and flavoring are added as the taffy gets stretched over and over again with a large hook to make the candy soft and shiny. Finally, the taffy is placed on a batch roller. The taffy is rolled to form a long, skinny rope. The rope is then cut and wrapped. Shriver's, James, and Frelinger's taffy pieces vary in size to set each brand apart. Roughly 500 pieces of James's taffy are wrapped per minute. Now the fun part. It's time to eat it.
The best way to eat it, in my opinion, is to unwrap both ends at the same time and to take it all in one big swoop into your mouth.
Definitely pull the twists from both sides, unwrap it, and I bite into it and pull it because I just think that that's part of the experience.
I probably eat more saltwater taffy than anybody because I'm tasting the product all day long. I'm actually Quality control.
You'd like it to be a little bit cold so it's not melting in your hand, but slowly, not all at once.
You don't eat it if they've got false teeth because it pull them out.
New Jerseyans aren't the only ones in love with saltwater taffy. People from around the world head to the shore for the long-lasting chew.
It's the first time I've had saltwater taffy. I'm from England, and this is a lemon flavoured one. So, we'll see how it goes. Oh, it's pretty good.
I feel so honored to be able to carry on this tradition, not only from my family's perspective as confectioners, but the fact that we can still make American products in an American factory, and we're a family-owned business, and we really take pride in it.
Well, I'm looking at the beach right now, I'm looking at the ocean, so as long as that stays here, I think saltwater taffy will stay here.